Well, there was a finding. There was always seeking, and then one day there was a finding. And the finding was a big surprise. Because what I found wasn't what I expected to find. But the finding was an actual finding. The seeking worked in one sense. I mean, I found. But what I found was actually, I mean, it's impossible to communicate, but what I found was that all the seeking was for nothing, because the seeking was predicated on the idea that there was something specific to seek. And in actuality, what's worth seeking is the cessation of seeking. What's worth seeking is surrender. What's worth seeking is just acceptance in the most profound sense of letting go of everything and then letting the present moment be the present moment, and noticing that the present moment's always been the present moment. No-brainer. And then, what do you need to seek? Do you need to seek the present moment? You can't avoid it. Try and stop it. You know, and seeing with certainty that the present moment is actually it. Oh, it's not some big thing out there. It's just this. It's just this. It's this. It's what this is. It's what's unstoppably this present moment, this nowness, this isness. You know, that always looks different and yet always looks like something. You know, turns out to be it. And you find it, it's like, oh wow, I've always had it, obviously. There's nothing I've never not had the being of the present moment. I just didn't know it was sufficient. I didn't honor it in its true perspective. I didn't see that the being of this present moment is the most profound mystery. It's God. It's the Absolute. It's the Dharmakaya. This is it. And I didn't appreciate it. And that's why I was doing all the seeking. I was looking for some great elaborate, whatever, some context to like make this grandiose fantasy, and just seeing that just this simple isness, this unstoppable isness right now, is the beginning and the end. There's nothing beyond it. It's absolutely the Absolute. Literally the Absolute. It's literally God. And I am the being of this present moment. When I am, the present moment is. When the present moment is, I am. Self-evident. But I came to see that with absolute clarity. And seeing that, one sees the absolute completeness of that, the absolute fullness, the absolute, the unstoppable cornucopia of phenomena. The entire universe appears in this present moment, effortlessly. And I am one with this present moment, so I am one with the entire universe. And, you can see the self-evidentness of that, The present moment is, I am. Is there an isness of the present moment and an isness of me that somehow, there isn't. It's just this. This is, I am, the universe is, God is, I am that. And that's everything. All. You can't find anything. There's no category that doesn't collapse down to that. It's just so simple, and it's doing itself, and it always has been doing itself, and there's nothing to find and nothing to make sense of and nothing to create, and no separate me that needs protection or that needs to achieve anything or prove anything. So it all just collapses down to the simple inevitability of being. And I think with the seeking mentality can't accept that because it's too simple. Just being, no, you got to penetrate it or find the secret, whatever. But being is huge. I mean, close your eyes and watch what you see sometime. And that's being doing all of that. Being does anything. It literally does anything and everything. Everything that's ever been done is it. So it's absolutely without limit, absolutely limitless, literally infinite, literally. And just seeing the truth of that is it. Seeing the truth of that is the finish line. Seeing the truth of that is home.
So, but before you saw it, like you're talking about right now, like even though you probably heard these type of words yourself, I imagine, or read.
Yes, oh, certainly.
So, but that still didn't.
Not, of course, nearly as articulate as I put.
Of course, yes. Right. But that ultimately didn't satisfy you. I wasn't like ultimately satisfied or enough to like quench that, or to.
Well, I always could tell when I heard it good put well. It was like, oh right. Yeah, that's it.
Right.
And I would tell, oh my God, this is it. I know it's there. That's it. But the sad truth is there's very, very little really articulate statements about reality that are available out there, because most of this stuff is couched within various traditions which smear all sorts of non-essentials in it. Even some of the purer traditions like Dzogchen and Kashmir Shaivism include a bunch of other, relatively ephemeral things and terminologies and formalities, and the present moment doesn't need formalities. This does not need formalities. It just is, and that transparency and that effortlessness, just can't be captured in tradition. It can't be, it's difficult to capture in statement. And it's hard to find people that are putting it simply. It's very hard. I mean, even Ramana Maharshi, who was a very naked describer, used a lot of technical Sanskrit terms and a lot of technical yoga terms and all of this stuff. And it's not that he was inaccurate, but all of that complexity doesn't necessarily, contribute to the directness or the nakedness of his communication. But he always said, you are the self. That's already realized. You already are yourself. And everything is that the being of yourself is the being of everything, and that's the end of the story. I mean, that was his basic and actually his complete message. And then people would ask him minutai fine points, and he would answer them. To answer the minutai, maybe he should have just stopped and said, no, just this. You are already. That's it, right there. You are. You are is absolutely synonymous with this is. So the being of the universe, the being of yourself are and have always been one infinite, unfathomable, spontaneous thing.
It's kind of weird. So it's like there's nothing I can do, and yet at the same time still there's like the listening to these words, and apparently it seems like that can sort of help somehow like orient.
Maybe so. We can't know. How can we know? It's all a mystery what happens. But clarity comes when it comes. When God wants to wake up, God wakes up. Until then, it doesn't. And who knows what it looks like? It looks like what it looks like. It's a unique thing for each individual. Maybe you're waking up right now. Maybe in like 3 seconds from right now, you're going to be awake. This might be the big occasion. Or maybe not. Maybe you won't notice. Maybe it'll pass you by, and then you'll notice some other time. But it's not like there's something elusive that hasn't happened yet. You just need to notice what this is, and you will when you do. And it may look like going to talks like this and these kinds of events, or who knows? We can't say that there's no benefit to this. We can't say there is benefit. You can't say anything, because it's all a fundamental mystery. Since this being right now is a total mystery, everything about it is a total mystery. So all notions of activity, all notions of causality, all notions of benefit or detriment, all these notions they're just beyond us. We can't know. You can't know. We're like infants crawling around in the absolute pitch darkness, fumbling around. There's no knowing. So no one can tell you anything authoritative about anything. Given that, no one can give anyone any meaningful advice about anything, because the only accurate answer is, damned if I know.